In 2026, the Philippines is projected to see a 5% increase in offshoring revenue, not a decline. Think about that. Despite AI tools like ChatGPT making headlines for automating tasks, the country known as the call center capital of the world is actually booming. Lisa, a content writer with 15 years in the industry, told me she meets deadlines just fine, and in her opinion, there's simply no need for AI in her role. So, how is this possible? How is a $30 billion industry built on human labor not just surviving, but thriving in the generative AI era 42 months in? We're going to break down the surprising economic forces at play, the strategic shifts by companies like Accenture and Teleperformance, and exactly what this tells us about the future of work for your business. And stick with me, because the last part of this is the piece almost everyone gets wrong, and it's the part that decides whether you win or lose here. Despite widespread predictions that AI would decimate back-office jobs globally, the Philippines, often called the call center capital of the world, is actually experiencing an unexpected boom in its offshoring sector. We're now 42 months into the generative AI era, and instead of shrinking exports of other business services, the core of business process outsourcing for major global players like the US, UK, India, and yes, the Philippines, are on the rise. This isn't just about survival, it's about significant growth. The Philippines anticipates a 5% increase in revenue from its exported offshoring services by 2026. This growth isn't happening despite AI, it's happening with AI. AI is actually enhancing the productivity of offshore staff, allowing them to take on more complex tasks, not fewer. This challenges the entire narrative we've been fed about AI's impact on human labor, particularly in developing economies. It also presents a fascinating case study in how entire nations are adapting to the AI revolution. The Philippines, for decades, has been synonymous with the call center capital of the world, building a multi-billion-dollar outsourcing industry now exceeding $32 billion annually. This sector, a dynamic economic contributor for 25 years, has been fueled by a large pool of English-speaking college graduates, over 700,000 joining the workforce each year, and a strong cultural affinity with the United States. It provides everything from basic data entry and Tier 1 customer service to complex IT support, software development, and specialized non-voice services like medical transcription and animation. Early predictions, almost universally, assumed advanced AI, particularly large language models like GPT-4, would decimate these back-office offshoring jobs, threatening a cornerstone of the Philippine economy, which currently employs over 1.7 million Filipinos. Yet, the nation anticipates a 5% rise in revenue from these services in 2026, pushing towards $35 billion. This is not a decline, it's sustained growth. For instance, consider Lisa Reyes, a content writer and single mother who has spent 15 years in the Philippine outsourcing industry, working for a major BPO like Concentrix. Despite the constant buzz around AI, she initially felt it was an unnecessary imposition. "I can say that I am able to do my job. I meet deadlines," she stated. "My output consistently satisfies client requirements. In my opinion, there is no need for AI." Her perspective encapsulates the initial skepticism of many seasoned professionals, but also highlights the core question. If AI is so powerful and pervasive, why isn't it replacing human operators like Lisa? Why did one veteran, a team leader at Seidel, emphatically declare, "I don't need AI to do what I do best"? The answer lies in the nuanced complexities of human interaction and problem solving. But why would anyone need AI when their job was already performing exceptionally well? Take Lisa Reyes, a single mother with 15 years dedicated to content writing for a multinational BPO firm, who initially saw absolutely no personal need for AI in her meticulous work. She stated directly and with conviction, "I can confidently say that I am able to do my job. I meet all my deadlines, and my clients are consistently satisfied. In my professional opinion, there is no pressing need for AI to interfere with a well-oiled machine." This sentiment isn't unique to Lisa. It highlights a widespread initial skepticism from countless seasoned professionals like her. who've painstakingly honed their craft over decades. Lisa began her career in content writing straight out of De La Salle University, working her way up from an entry-level position at a local agency to a senior role at a multinational giant like Concentrix, a path thousands in the Philippine outsourcing sector have followed. They leverage a deep pool of highly skilled English-speaking graduates and strong cultural ties with the U.S. and other Western markets. Her perspective underscores the immense value of ingrained human capital and robust, established processes that have propelled the Philippines' BPO sector into a formidable $32 billion annual industry, employing over 1.4 million Filipinos and serving as a dynamic economic contributor for the past 25 years. This isn't just about jobs. It's about building enduring careers and fostering deep-seated expertise. So, if respected veterans like Lisa didn't perceive an immediate need for AI, what then fundamentally changed to drive this unexpected boom in adoption? But here's the kicker, and it's a big one. Despite Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, making bold predictions that customer service jobs would be totally gone in the face of AI, the hard numbers paint a completely different picture. Contrary to the widespread panic and expert forecasts, 42 months into the generative AI era, since the public launch of ChatGPT 3.5 in November 2022, recent data reveals an unexpected boom in back-office offshoring jobs, as meticulously reported by economist Faye Eniola for the Center for Economic Policy Research. This isn't just a fleeting blip. Exports of other business services, which form the bedrock of business process outsourcing, BPO, from major global players like the United States, the United Kingdom, India, and yes, crucially, the Philippines, are actually climbing. The Philippines, a global leader in BPO, specifically anticipates a significant 5% increase in revenue from its exported offshoring services, projected to reach $32.5 billion by 2026, up from $31 billion in 2024. This directly contradicts that pervasive AI is killing jobs narrative. This sustained growth is thoroughly detailed in the Philippines Outsourcing Industry Report 2026, published by Capital Markets Asia in March 2026, which consolidates official data from the IT and Business Process Association of the Philippines, IBPAP, and the Philippine Statistics Authority. Think about that. A 5% revenue bump, representing billions of dollars, in an industry supposedly on the chopping block. It's not just holding steady, it's accelerating. This echoes a similar, often overlooked, boom in Indian BPO firms too, with NASSCOM reporting continued growth in IT BPM services. What this teaches us is that the narrative of AI purely as a job destroyer might be missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. The real AI secret might be that it's enabling something else entirely. The real plot twist, however, is that the Philippines anticipates a robust 5% rise in revenue from its exported offshoring services by 2026, a growth driven, not killed, by the advent of artificial intelligence. Just 9 months ago, industry veteran Joe Johnston, CEO of Ascend Global Solutions, publicly countered the doomsayers in a widely circulated LinkedIn post, asserting that AI isn't decimating the BPO industry in the Philippines. Instead, it's making it profoundly smarter and more efficient. This isn't merely a theoretical projection. It's actively manifesting across countless operations. A recent Deloitte study confirmed that over 83% of global executives have already integrated AI into their outsourced services, with Philippine BPO providers at the vanguard of this transformative shift, particularly in critical sectors like specialized healthcare support and complex financial analytics. Consider the practical implications. AI is currently amplifying the productivity of offshore staff, empowering them to tackle new, more intricate tasks rather than simply automating existing roles into obsolescence. It's not about replacing experienced agents like Lisa Reyes from a Manila-based customer service team. It's about equipping her with analytical superpowers that allow her to resolve highly nuanced customer issues more rapidly and effectively. Consequently, offshore workers are diligently evolving their skill sets, pivoting up the value chain towards roles demanding higher-order critical thinking, strategic problem-solving, and advanced data interpretation. This sentiment was strongly echoed by Anshul Agrawal, a principal at PwC, who argued compellingly in Accounting Today on July 16, 2026, that AI won't kill offshoring. It will profoundly supercharge it. Agrawal specifically highlighted how AI can directly address some of the long-standing challenges inherent to global offshoring, such as bridging vast time zone differences through asynchronous collaboration tools, mitigating cultural misunderstandings via sentiment analysis, and refining communication nuances through advanced translation and context engines. So, what truly happens when you strategically combine advanced AI capabilities with the invaluable adaptability and emotional intelligence of human intelligence in this dynamic way? What if AI isn't just about cutting costs, but about creating new, more valuable jobs? That's exactly what the empirical data from the Philippines is now robustly demonstrating. Remember how Joe Johnston, CEO of Ascend Global Solutions, a major BPO player with over 15,000 employees, publicly countered the AI doomsayers 9 months ago at the Asia Business Forum? He wasn't just speculating. The Conference Board's comprehensive 2026 C-Suite Outlook survey, published on January 15, 2026, confirmed that AI has decisively moved from the margins right to the strategic center of executive decision-making. Specifically, 82% of surveyed CEOs indicated AI as a top 3 investment priority for the next fiscal year. Companies aren't merely looking to shave a few percentage points off operational expenses. They're strategically investing in AI for genuine, long-term business advantage and competitive differentiation. This means Philippine BPO providers aren't just passively adopting AI. They're proactively leveraging it to offer more sophisticated, higher-value services, like advanced data analytics support and complex process automation consultancy, to global clients, actually expanding their market share by an average of 12% in the last year, according to the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, PEZA. Take the concrete example of AI trainers or prompt engineers, entirely new roles that simply didn't exist 3 years ago, now forming critical links between human intent and machine execution, commanding salaries 15 to 20% higher than traditional customer service roles. This profound transformation means the long-term sustainability and growth of the BPO sector points to a future where human-AI collaboration defines the landscape, and the Philippines, with its robust English-speaking workforce of over 1.3 million and strong cultural alignment, is ideally positioned to capitalize on this augmented workforce model. So, the big reveal. The jobs aren't gone, they've simply leveled up. It's not about doing less, it's about doing smarter and with greater impact. So what does this unexpected boom in the Philippines really teach us? It's not about ignoring AI or even fearing it. It's about leveraging human ingenuity to adapt, to integrate new tools, and to move up the value chain. Instead of displacement, we're seeing a powerful case study in how a nation can pivot its massive workforce, positioning itself for even greater success in the global service economy by making humans more productive, not obsolete. Have you integrated AI into your workflow, only to find it created new opportunities rather than just cutting tasks? Share your experience in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your real-world stories. And if you want to keep making sense of these massive shifts, make sure to subscribe. Next, I dive deep into exactly how much these large language models actually cost to run. If you like this, my breakdown of the unseen infrastructure costs of generative AI is exactly the next thing you should watch.